So guys, in the last episode, we created our room schema or our room document. And as you can see, like I said on the last video, I've already populated the room document with some data. So in this episode, we are going to be updating our room details page. So if I go to the room details page, you see that we're getting an error, which is expected. So we're going to be updating the page and also updating or getting rid of some TypeScript errors that we left on the last video. So let me quickly, let's just start from here and let me go back. So in order to get rid of all these errors, I think it affects all the page here. So we just need to locate this room listing and we just need to update this room type to the one from our sanity.types. So I will just import it, make sure we're importing this first one, not the second one. So, and that should hopefully get rid of the error. Okay, we're still having a TS issue right here. Okay, so type undefined is not assignable to type sanity asset. So what we have to do is that we just need to check if there's an image before we show that image. So we say room.image and we use this AND operator like so. And we just scooch this guy like so. And that should get rid of the error. Alright. And I guess that fixes all the TS issue we currently have. So we can check back now and everything works fine. So now we just need to go to the room details page. So we say slug to Astro. Then let me scooch back up. And first of all, let me comment this one out first. Or let me just get rid of it. Then I will import the type. So we say import type room, and this should come from sanity.types. I'll add a semicolon here. Then for this get static path function, we also need to like render this page as well so that we don't get some pre-rendering issues. So say pre-render should be true. And I don't know, but sometimes it normally pops up right here, so you can see it here. So get static paths ignored in dynamic page. So they even prompt us, or they are telling us to set it to true. Alright, so now that we have this, what we have to do is to also, I didn't do this, let me also import the sanity client as well. So say this should be lowercase sanity client from sanity client. I hope this is it. Let me just quickly confirm. I think we did it here. Okay, yeah, it's correct. Alright, so what we have to do now is to make this function an async function because we want to use this sanity client method or function to fetch our rooms and basically check if the slug that we are clicking on matches the slug on our rooms document. So I will just say export async like so, if I can spell sync very well. Alright, so I will create a new variable. I'll call this logs and I will await the sanity. I keep using uppercase sanity client dot fetch, and we use parentheses like so and ignore Windsor for a minute. So inside this fetch we'll use backticks. Then we're still using the Grok query language, so we still say asterisk and I will say underscore type equals to room, and we want to use this curly brackets. So what we want to do is that we want to query our room, then specifically get our slug and store it inside a params key. So we say params like so, then we use open another curly bracket and I'll just accept this. So essentially we're just putting the value that we have here into the slug, so we don't have to do slug.current every time. And let me just get rid of this one, and we just return the slugs like so. And I think this should be slug, not slugs, not plural. And obviously we want to leave this one because we're just destructuring the slug that we're getting when we click on each of the rooms. So basically this slug right here, and we're checking if it's undefined. We say slug is required. Else if it's defined, we now want to fetch each room from Sanity by that slug. So to do that, we'll just say const, say query, then essentially we are doing something similar like so, but this time I'll use backticks again. I see asterisk, then say underscore type is equals to room, and remember we say slug dot current is equals to the slug. So basically this slug that's passed in, then we just want to get the first one. This should be 0, not 9, and we just want to pass in all the fields that we want to query for. So we need the ID, also need the name, we need the slug itself, so we say slug, and this should be from slug.current. We need the description, also need the category, also need the image, the thumbnail, images, we need the features, we need the amenities, we need the price, we need discounts, and we need that special notes that we also wrote like so. Then lastly, what we just need to do is to fetch the room by that slug. So instead of doing this, just comment this one out and say const room should be await sanity. I keep on using uppercase, sanity client dot fetch like so, then, and I will just accept this. So basically we are just getting the room types from the sanity dot types, and we're also querying this data if the slug matches. So if this slug right here matches, so let's just get rid of this one, and we're going to get a bunch of errors, which is expected because most of the data are different from the one we use on our constant file rather. So before we do that, let me just go to our deluxe room, and I just realized that we don't even need most of all this data that we added initially. So let me get rid of all this one. I'll do the same for everything as well. So let me get rid of it here. All right, so I think that's all. So did I save? Let me quickly save all the pages. And let me save this one. And lastly, this one. So if we check back, I think the room details page should load because the slug now matches. Yeah, so it should load now because the slug matches, but we might not see any data yet. So the first thing we do, and you can see that we are getting the name, so obviously this one is coming through. So the other room's name is not showing because we need to make some little adjustments. So the first thing we'll do is to check for the TS issues. Okay, so I think the only caveat with using the sanity.types is that, and it's not really a caveat because you just need to check if that particular data exists before rendering it. So we'll just say only render this room features if it's there. So we say room features and we use this logical operator like so. I think that should fix this error. Then for this one, this should be feature dot, I think it's title. Is it title? And of course I spelled features wrong, so yeah, so it's title. So let's just wait for these guys to go away. Okay, so this error is gone. For the image, I'm thinking we should just use the image tag. So let me just render the image tag. This will be more easier. So we say URL for image, then we just say room dot image like so. Then we pass in this URL method, and don't forget we also need to check if there's an image. So we say room dot image before we render out the image. So you also do the same thing here, but this one should be room dot thumbnail. I think it's thumbnail imgs if I'm correct. And we should be getting autocomplete. I don't know, my PC is just slow today, so the types are just taking forever to fix themselves. So this should be imgs as well. Okay, so we're getting it here. And for this, did we import it? Let me check. Okay, we've not imported it yet, so let me import it and make sure that's been imported. Okay, yeah. So the next thing to do is to repeat the same pattern. So let me just copy this guy like so and paste it. Yeah, or rather still, I think I will just have to do like this. Then replace this one with this one. So we also need to do the same thing here. So we say room dot image like so, and I will just accept this one and get rid of this one. All right. Okay, so the same thing is going to happen here as well. So we say thumbnail imgs, and this should be thumbnail, not thumbnails. Okay, this should be an image tag as well. And of course, we say URL for image, so we say thumbnail, then URL. All right, so 2 more errors to go. Then for the amenities, remember that we added the available field to check if the room or if the amenity is available for rendering it out. So for this one, what we'll just do, let me come outside here and kind of like write half of it again. So we say room dot amenities, then also say room dot amenities dot filter. So we just want to filter the amenity. So we say amenity so we want to get the one that is available. So we say available, then if it's available we just want to map over it and just render that amenity like so. So we'll do it like this, then I will copy just this div part like this. For some reason I can't do that, so let me just cut it from here and here like so and paste it here. Now get rid of everything here. Then I'll save, and if I check back now, I think we should get almost all our data, if not everything. All right, cool. This is nice. So we just need to make sure this guy is the full width. So um so let me go back up. I think we have to make the width full here. So say width full and save. All right, so and we can also toggle between image is like this, and we're also getting everything here as well. So now we can change the data from our sanity schema, and it's going to affect. So let me just get rid of this Wi-Fi. So let me just go down. I think it's here. So Wi-Fi, I'll just make it not available. Publish. So if we check now and refresh, we shouldn't get Wi-Fi anymore. So Wi-Fi is gone. So I will quickly just toggle that back on. And if I refresh again, so I'm getting the Wi-Fi back. So before we end the video, I just wanted to point something out. So if I scroll down, you see that my special note is empty. And you see that I'm getting this error that says this field is not defined in the schema, which could mean the field definition has been removed, or that someone else has added it to their own local project and have not deployed their changes yet. So don't worry, you shouldn't see this error. The reason I'm getting this error is because I exported the data from the finished version of the project, and I didn't add the special note field to that finished version. So if you added this as you're following along with this tutorial, you shouldn't get this error at all. So I will quickly remove it. I think I'll just get rid of this special note field moving on, because this might just work. But in your own case, you should not get any error, and if you make any changes to yours, it should affect what's here as well. As far as, make sure you added it here as well. So let me first of all get rid of it here. All right, that's it for this video. In the next video, we're going to be creating our booking schema, and we're also going to be updating our reservation components like so. And lastly, we are going to be creating our first booking. So the next episode is going to be a very long one, so just grab a cup of coffee as you wait for that episode.